们看到这一期在爱尔兰这么原生态的草原牧场上，然后呢有很多很多的奶牛，就让我们想到，其实人类早期的生活就是这种，每个人都是为了自己工作，然后呢，不管是去狩猎还是去捡拾各种的水果，但其实呢，在不断的文明发展的过程中，随着机械化的农业的发展，随着特别是工业革命的发展，使得一部分人掌握了生产资料，另外一部分人呢，其实他更多的是参与了整个生产环节其中的一个环节。那么也就是说呢，另外一部分人呢就成了人力资源。那从这一期的奶牛场，我们通过跟奶牛场的主人跟我们介绍啊，他们大概有100头牛，这100头牛一年产生多少经济效益呢？每一头牛每天大概能产25升奶，每升奶呢大概是0.4欧元，也就是说一头牛一天可以产生10欧元左右的一个经济回报。那么100头牛也就是1000欧元，一年的话呢，365天大概就是36万欧元。那么36万欧元对于一个小型的牧场来说也是非常不错的一个回报了。所以这也是为什么我们聊到非常多的科技公司，像谷歌、亚马逊这些公司都在都柏林，也就被称为欧洲的硅谷来开设分部。那其实为什么他们会觉得这些工作并不是那么有吸引力呢？那也就是因为在都柏林的科技公司大概能够获得8万到10万欧元的回报，比硅谷是要低不少。那么这个回报呢，对于一个小的农场业主来说，那真的是没有特别更多的吸引力。当然，很多硅谷或者是在其他科技中心，甚至是金融行业，有非常多的朋友收入非常高。而这时候呢，有一个很有趣的概念，就是什么是财富，什么是金钱，以及什么是一个这种社会地位。那么金钱最容易理解，金钱就是现金。那么社会地位，特别是别人眼中的社会地位，是由豪车、豪宅、奢侈品等等这些，特别是包装给很多中产去消费的。那么什么是财富呢？其实财富的一个衡量指标就是拥有资产，这个资产是在你睡觉的时候，它也会不断产生回报的一种资产。那么大家想一想，我们拥有的什么东西可以在我们睡觉的时候也会不断的产生回报呢？有很多不同类型的资产，不管是房地产，还是投资了一个生意，还是说像牧场的主人一样，他们拥有一片小牧场，有100头左右的奶牛，这些其实都是资产。那么建立这些资产需要有的一个不可或缺的元素就是时间，这都是通过一定量的时间逐步的去增加资产，去扩大资产规模，逐渐的去把这个资产建立起来的。所以呢，要有这种长期思维，做时间的朋友才能逐渐的建立资产。想要变得富有，那肯定不是通过上班，不是通过出卖自己的时间，出租自己的时间实现的。不管收入多高，甚至是这其实当然说高的收入是一个有必要的技巧，特别对于20多岁的人来说，可以获得一个有市场价值的技能，然后呢用更高的价格去换取把自己的时间出租给其他人。但在这个过程中呢，很多人就回到了一个贫穷，当然所谓这贫穷并不是说收入低，而是说没有资产的状态。那这也就是设置的很多中产陷阱所去实现的效果。这些中产陷阱包括要去购买一些自己不需要的东西，要去购买一些为了去 impress， 为了去让别人觉得自己很有实力所买的东西，然后呢要去进行很多不必要的消费。这一切的中产陷阱呢，都是为了让这些高收入的人群再回到没有资产的这个状态。那么如果在年轻的时候能够有不错的收入，同时呢有很健康的消费观念，然后呢开始有这种长期的思维去理财去投资，这个时候呢在一定的年龄阶段就会有一个不错的优质的资产，这个时候呢就可以在自己睡觉的时候也会源源不断的产生回报，就像是农场主Anne-Marie 一样，他们这100头牛不管是白天还是晚上都在产生回报，而他们吃的饲料呢就是大自然的馈赠，就是这么一片牧场上的草，夏天吃草，然后呢他们也会收割起来，使得冬天没有草的时候呢他们就吃夏天所保存下来的草。那真的是非常低的成本，他们雇一个人付几万欧元，然后就可以实现这么一个农场的比较这种 自然的运作。其实他们家虽然住在爱尔兰的乡村，但是呢，他们家是非常有国际视野的。他们家他跟我们介绍，去了很多地方，包括今年6月份，马上过几个月就会去纽约，带着他的4个孩子。所以说呢，那他们也是在一家虽然生活在爱尔兰乡村，但是他们的孩子的国际视野是非常的棒的。那么说回来，20多岁获得一个具有市场价值的技能，30多岁呢积累资产，40多岁有非常一个可观的税后收入。这个时候呢，也有很多朋友感兴趣，什么人生体验规划、身份规划等等各种各样的规划。所以呢，下次有机会我们继续再聊后面的话题。
I talked to your husband the other day, and then he was saying, "Oh, for the summer break, and kids doesn't really need to do anything."
Like, yeah, people are usually laid back, and it's like, you know, they have school, and then during the vacation time, it's like, no, do nothing. And even homework, they don't get up a lot of homework, but they do then sports then, so they'll do hurling and they'll do football, and they'll do Annalie does swimming, they do musical theatre. So there's lots of different things that they can try. I suppose we're laid back. They'll try it for a year, they might try it for a few weeks, and if they don't like it, it's like, okay. Before it was all about going to college and kids, you know, doing that. But now it's like, okay, you don't want to go to college, do you want to go travelling? I suppose, but it depends, because you know, in the cities where they're used to having high-powered jobs, they'll probably want their kids to go to college and, you know, and earn lots of money. Whereas around here, it's like, okay, what else do you want to do? Then they're relaxed, and then they learn more. Because when you're relaxed, I think you take in more, and you learn from your surroundings rather than sitting reading a book kind of thing.
Yeah,
we're really looking at there's so many high-tech jobs and high-tech companies here, and we speak English. It's a great place for kids to grow up and let them go travelling, and it's a fairly well-off country. Like, we've plenty of money, so they are most people, and they make money and whatever, and they can travel and things like that. Which is
where you and your husband travel?
Yeah, we've been all over Europe. We've been to Spain and Portugal. We've been to South Africa, Australia, New Zealand, Singapore. And then we did New York and Washington, Las Vegas, San Francisco. Yes, and we're going to New York again with the kids this summer.
Nice.
Yeah, so I have family in Boston, so we're going to see them as well. Yeah.
Do you think it's about the meaning of the travel?
You get to meet new people and learn new cultures and things, you know, and see. You've only one life, so you have to live it, and you know, you don't want to just stay we're going taking them to Madrid in a couple of weeks as well. You know, there is other places, you know, that you can visit, and you know, you can work hard, but then play hard, and you know, and go travel, which is nice.
So what do you think make a happy life?
Oh God, you have to be happy in yourself. You know, you have to be happy with your surroundings. And I think if you're happy with you and your surroundings, then people feed off that, and other people will be happy. You know what I mean? So when I'm happy, and then our house is happy, and then the kids are happy. So that's important. You surround yourself with things that make you happy. And keep things simple and don't complicate things.
Define success,
well, you have to work hard. But then again, it's the happiness. If you're happy, then your life you're going to be successful in other things that you do.
Yeah.
So that, and I suppose in Ireland with the education, we have a leaving cert, so people do that. So you kind of have to, if you want to be a vet or you want to be a doctor, you have to do really well at the leaving cert. So that's a really important thing in Ireland. A leaving certificate. It's a set of exams, that they do when they're 17. How good you do with that determines what you do in college. But now, if you don't, there's other ways to get into jobs. You can go by experience and things like that.
好，我们要跟这里说拜拜啦，我们要离开这片可爱的牧场。看路好窄呀，这还是双向车道呢。
但我想他说 moo。
你让他说 moo。看，我们在路边发现了又有一座残垣断壁。